Good morning, good morning, good morning. Nice, low, even voice temper today. So welcome everyone. Really good stuff. So our Rhino Warp Speed launches today. We did want it for December 1st. Stuff happens, right? We did want it for December 5th, in which case it did launch for December 5th. It just didn't go live because over the last 3 days, I, along with the entire RVP team, have been in very close collaboration. Again, we have our own chat group together on our Slack channel. So it's as close as you can get outside of like sitting on their lap and saying, I was a good boy all year and this is what I want for Christmas. Happy to join my appointment. The chiropractor was canceled, moved to Monday because he is sick. I'm sorry, Frida. So for those that don't know Frida, I mean, you should. She's the most magnificent personality you could ever meet. But her back is of concern. So I hope you're okay. And I hope your chiropractor's okay. And I hope he comes back with magic spirit fingers, right? So we were really close collaboration all week in what is good, what can use improvement, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So over the course of the last 3 days, I've taken all this advice. I've parsed the actionable ones. I've parsed what we're still going to do. And I've parsed the ones that, maybe we don't need to do, right? Like that needs further consideration. So we went ahead and I've completed it. The lander page is now live. It's actually quite beautiful. We decreased the video to 30 seconds, just kind of gives what Rhino Street is. Goes ahead and teases, well, not teases, but overtly says, we're going to pay you to participate. And then everything about the payment is, and to find more about how you get paid, go to the next page. In which case, to go to the next page, we capture the lead information, the name, the email. And we're not being dishonest, right? Like I don't mean to say like, hey, we're dangling and bait and switching people. We are paying people and says we're paying you 100 Rhino. If you'd like to know what that means, go to the next page. So that's exactly what we do. And anyone that knows me knows I'm very above board when it comes to marketing, because I believe the marketing relationship is not one sale. I'm never in it for one sale. I'm in it that you and I, me, Dr. Smith, Esteban, Frida, like we all know each other for years and years to come. And that will never happen if the first thing we know of each other was, oh, you tricked me. Because at some point it's like, you never really trust that person. So for the selfish reason that I want to be a part of this individual's life forever, I'll never be dishonest. So that's my selfishness. So you come to the next page and it's all about Rhino Bucks. It has the 1-minute video, shares exactly what we've been doing, what we're going to be doing, the link to the public market. It gives the registration for our company, and it offers only the dollar plan. And the dollar plan is important. Not interested in taking this call at the moment. And we offer, well, let me say that, I'm not trying to be too cool. It was a telemarketer. And the dollar plan is important because the vast majority of individuals that are going to see this site are going to be recommended from somebody that is tangentially connected to Rhino, whether it's a RVP, Regional Vice President of Rhino, which is like they get paid salary, they are Rhino, or someone adjacent to that person. Unless the message is coming directly from me, even despite someone's best and most noblest intentions, and this is the best case scenario, I still don't think they're going to be able to message it exactly the way I can. And that's not to say that I message it better than anyone, but I can message it in a very honest way and make sure that if I see someone going a certain way, I'll stop them and say, no, it's not that, right? And because it's financial, I'm only ever going to trust myself doing that, because Rhino, as much of it is everyone, if something really goes wrong, they're not going to go ahead and knock on all the RVP's doors, right? Like they're knocking on my door. So I believe we're all the same in the eyes of other people. There's a hierarchy. That being said, to allow everyone at the $1 plan and give them a 30-day guaranteed refund allows a very low bar of entry. So the RVPs and all affiliates should have a fairly easy, I don't want to say easy, but like a decent, a not too difficult time bringing people in. And then once the person's brought in, now they're subscribed to our main email sequences, which is, as everyone knows, me emailing every morning, 9 a.m. Those emails come directly from me. These lives are directly of me. So for the individual that got in at the $1, if they'd like to upgrade, they're going to have to do it by going through the email and or the lives, which is just allows me to know that when the individual looks to upgrade, they're fully understanding and educated of what they're doing. Again, if you find it to be good business to trick someone to give you $1 million, it's not really good business because it's kind of like a forced loan. They're going to come for it back when they realize that they were tricked. So I've seen many times in my life, people have always looked to take the shortcut, like, oh, he doesn't need to know that, or I'll say this, this, and this. And sure, they get the sale, but the best case scenario is that they never have that client again. The worst case scenario is they're getting sued, barred, and the money's being clawed back. So I don't believe in artificial success. Like, let's do it the right way. So that starts today. I have high hopes. Yeah, so I spoke to the team yesterday, the director team, and Steve, the head of app development, assured us that not assured, but said for the most part, the automations would be live yesterday. Spoke to him this morning. He goes, I did not realize how much cleaning up there was in the database. It will definitely be live today. I said, well, we did a bulk send yesterday. Will the bot being live pick up from where the bulk send ended? He says yes. So if that's not the case, we'll do a bulk send tomorrow. And again, stop me when you start getting sick of hearing about this bot. But I was talking to actually our biggest shareholder yesterday on the phone for like an hour. And he's like, well, tell me about this bot. And when I described it, he goes, Ant, that's amazing. Like, that doesn't exist anywhere. He goes, are you doing partnerships with other crypto companies and crypto marketers and things like that? And I said, no. He goes, well, why not? I go, because we don't want to share this technology. Like, it's almost like with power comes responsibility. Imagine if every crypto marketer out there, and you guys know who I'm talking about, like you've seen them all. And in fact, probably most of you have gotten into one or two, had the ability to say, well, listen, you want to get into this? Well, we've invented this system where you just go ahead and set it and forget it and don't you worry about it, blah, blah, blah. Most of you would say, well, actually, the reason I didn't lose all my money was because it was so complicated. I didn't actually know how to do it. Imagine arming these individuals that have a lot less, they have a much higher moral flexibility, let's say, than us, having this type of technology. Like, we're just never going to do it. With that said, though, would we go ahead and partner with them and keep the technology directed to RHINO? Yeah, I think we would. If we know that no matter what the person's efforts are, and despite their most illest intentions, that the outcome, that the destination was RHINO, I could justify to my head the ends justify the means. So say an individual has a big audience and they just want to get paid. They don't care. Hey, listen, get everyone in. I just want to make my commission. But those people's destination is RHINO, where they are going to be taken care of. And I really don't approve of all the things that they might have said, but I know that RHINO will fulfill it. Even though they didn't know that RHINO would fulfill it and they were lying at every step of the way, they accidentally walked into a situation that those lies, although intended to be lies, were kind of just the truth. So we will look at that at some points, not yet. Let's see. Well, not that this, actually it does kind of matter to you. So internally, we've been creating an admin dashboard that allows V, our head of concierge, to have full access to everyone's accounts. And by full access, it's not like she goes in and, like, hey, look at this stuff, right? Like, yeah, no, thank you, doctor. So I think everybody has contacted V at one point and said, this isn't working for me, or this isn't working for me, in which case, and really bless her soul, because it's almost like she's the waiter in that situation, the person that is on the front lines, but doesn't actually have the control, right? Like when you talk to the waiter and say, my food's taking too long, the waiter says to you, okay, I'll go check on it. But the waiter doesn't go in the kitchen and cook your food. Hey, waitress, my drinks are taking too long. Okay, I'll go check on it. But the waitress doesn't go behind the bar and actually make it, right? And that's a really difficult but special position for someone to be so even keeling. So what V always does is, hey, Aunt, so-and-so said this. And then I say to her, all right, we're on it. Please just let them know I did not forget them. In which case the waiter comes back to the table and says, yes, the chef knows, and he's making it right now, right? And the point is then when that takes an additional week or additional hour for that food to come out, the person says to the waitress again, hey, listen, you said the chef was on it. Like, what's going on here? And for that waitress, for V, to be so even keeled to say, no, listen, I know, I'm on it. So what we felt we needed to do was to create a project that was an admin dashboard that gave her full access to all the accounts in a very simplified format. Like the coding's done. She just goes in, presses a couple of buttons, and bing. So I believe she's going through that tutorial today. So long story short, anytime anyone's ever XV for something that did not get to you in a timely manner, that's my fault. I'm sorry. And we've now armed her with something that allows her to have more control. She is now able to cook in the kitchen. She is now able to get behind the bar and make drinks. So I think that's really helpful. Also, the maps on the search engine are being completed. They will be completed by tomorrow, the 1.0 iteration, which will be a map that identifies your location, puts the pin in it, and says, this is where you're located. Come back to us in a week or so, and we'll have all the businesses located as well. That was an RVP recommendation, and it was a great one, and we appreciate it. Also, next week, we're going to begin installing the ChatGPT to our search, which is the most amazing AI software, really platform. In fact, you can go to ChatGPT and try it out. Well, I don't know if you can. You'd have to go download it and stuff and get approval. But you can say, write me an essay about Beethoven from 1814 to 1820, right? And I don't know if those are the years he lived, but it sounds like about right. Frida, yes, I actually put them in our RVP message this morning. It's in PDF format. So if you want to go check it out. Also, by scrolling the group, you'll see many different presentations, but it's all right there. The one I chose is in the message I posted this morning. So I think those are the years Beethoven was alive. I don't know, but he was great. Like dun 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 dun. And the thing will just write it out for you. You could write me a script that will allow me to be reminded to pick my nose every time I tell you I like olives, right? And it'll be if true, then beep boop boop boop. So that's going to be installed in our search engine so that we can finally offer not only are the search results only within 20 miles of any location in the world, but the information that you're looking for, what is this, how do you do this, what is the best this, is not only at the level of Google, but actually supersedes Google. This is a partnership between Elon Musk and Sam Altman. They're the smartest guys in the world. And Google is quietly going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because this one thing that just got released is actually better than their search engine. It has no data tracking, no ads, no nothing. So Google is not very happy, but RHINO is. They just did a lot of work for us, so we're cool with that. Long story short, everything is going exactly the way it should. As you've seen the numbers this morning in the email, we are now at an all-time high in stock price, an all-time high in members, an all-time high in weekly, an all-time high post 50-cent coin, right? Because everyone kind of really took advantage of that. And I say that in a good way, right? The smart people did it. In which case, at that point, I think the average person was doing $50 a week. Right now, the average person is doing $26 a week, but at a price of $2.06, which is very different than $50 a week at a price of 50 cents, right? So everything right now is at all-time highs for RHINO. So we're happy. Everyone that's in RHINO is happy. And everything that I just shared with you is things that are still yet to come. So if you, like me, believe that the future is bright, then continue enjoying. And I seriously love everyone here for being a part of it. I won't be too accessible today because we really did get most of it. I mean, Grant was in jury duty Monday and Tuesday, but a lot of the work that I need to get done this week was with RVP for warp speed. Now a lot of it is in their hands. Granted, I still have a lot of work to do, but that work is going to be doing like data analytics, right? So when our RVP goes out and performs, okay, well, Sam did really well, Mary didn't. What can we do to improve Mary, blah, blah, blah. So all the updates I gave you about the team is happening. That's happening already. Like I don't do the coding, they're doing it. And all the updates with RVP has yet to happen because they need to have today to perform so that I can then take a look at the performance, and I have a call with them tomorrow. So 11:15, my son has a doctor appointment. So I told my wife, hey, listen, you're not a single mother today. Daddy's going to be there. So I believe I'm always available, right? Like I have a watch, it's not on right now, but I'm always available. But I think I'll be a little bit kind of pitched in at home today. But if anyone needs me, as long as you're okay with like a little bit of a delay, I'll be right there for you. So I love everyone. Things today are better than yesterday, but not as good as tomorrow. Love everyone. Bye.